Welcome to the Sports Arena, your front row ticket to the best in sports talk and entertainment. Great analysis, top name guests, and news you can use from the sports landscape. So take your seats, sit back, and relax, as you are now in the Sports Arena.
You know what you're capable of. Fix it.
And here's your host, Eric Wilson.
Wins. I'm like, all right, let's go. We get losses. I'm like, I need a minute. Let me collect myself. Good evening, everybody. What's going on? Your man, Eric Wilson, Sports Arena. Got a very, very interesting and jam-packed show tonight. But as always, as I do to start some of my shows, let me just say this first. Ladies and gentlemen, first off, please get out, register to vote. That's the most important thing. We are under 40-some days. We need to all get out there and register to vote. More importantly, we still need justice for Breonna Taylor, Elijah McClain, and Vanessa Guillen. As you know, NBA Finals. Finally, it has happened. We are here. NBA Finals. Game 1's going down tonight in less than 90 minutes. I've got a lot of guys here ready to chime in and talk about it. So let me just go ahead and bring them in. First and foremost, I got my man, as he is calling himself the future doctor from Jarrell's Journal, Jarrell Heslip. Jarrell, what's going on, brother? Good to talk to you, man. What's up?
Hey, what's going on, Eric? I appreciate you having me today, man. How you doing?
Hey, I love it. Love having you on, man. Jarrell's Journal is a beautiful thing. Sports consultant. Make sure y'all check this man out in the Carolinas. His brother's doing big things. You know, I had to go get the boys because, I couldn't let you be by yourself. I had to go get the Say It Again podcast, sports talk show, excuse me. Got my man Tyrus Ray and my man Big Chuck in the building. Gentlemen, what's going on?
What's going on, family? How y'all doing?
Doing well, brother. See, this is what we need. More brothers out here, man. This is what I'm talking about. You even got the little man with you tonight. I love that, man. Thank you so much for being on. That's your good luck charm against Lakers and Heat, huh?
Oh, yeah, I need it. I got to have it.
I know.
And, of course, we got a very special guest joining me for the first time on the Sports Arena, but he is a true member of the family. Y'all know who it is, Mr. Dwayne Wade Sr. Sir, good evening. How are you?
Good evening, everybody. How y'all doing?
Doing very well.
Great. Chuck, to your son, what's up, man?
What's going on, man?
To your son, man. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You got your son. What you say? What's up to him, man? It's good to see him on the show.
Yes.
Sir.
So, gentlemen, we're going to dive right in and get into this because, like I said, we finally got to this point. I didn't know if it was going to happen. I thought there was going to be another stoppage, but thank the Lord, NBA Finals are here, Game 1, and we got it. LeBron, Anthony Davis, Rajon Rondo, and the Lakers versus, Mr. Wade, it has to be because of you that Jimmy Butler, Bam Adebayo, and that crew decided they had to step up. I don't know, you must have had a few words for them because I know they were your sleeper team, but in the Miami Heat. But again, shout out to Spoelstra, man, what he's been able to do with this team from jump. But truly seeing his journey is a beautiful thing. So, gentlemen, let me start the conversation tonight and ask y'all simply one question. Looking at tonight's matchup, how much pressure is on LeBron James to win? Tyrus, I want to start with you on that one.
Man, it's about as much pressure as you could put on anybody. I don't know if there's ever been any more pressure on anyone that I could think of. I mean, you come in, you're the favorites. You're still on top of your game. You're supposed to be the best player in this era of basketball, and some may say he's the best in any era. I disagree with that, but I think there's a lot of pressure on him. He has to win. If they lose, I don't ever want to hear LeBron and no Michael Jordan conversation. I don't want to hear him in none of that kind of conversation. That's just my opinion, though.
All right, but this is a man who's been to 10 NBA Finals. Now, granted, he's only won 3, but you've got to respect the fact that every team that he's been on, he has taken them to the finals, no matter whether he's had all-stars or he's had a cast of supporting characters who have elevated. He has elevated them to that next level. So, Jarrell, let me ask you that question, man. When you look at LeBron and what he's been through, his entire since we're talking about journeys, because you on one of them yourself, what does it mean for LeBron to be in this position at this time?
Man, let me tell you, when I look at LeBron, what I'm thinking of is like a Nike commercial. Y'all remember those old Nike commercials where they're like, they said I couldn't do it against this. And they said I couldn't do it against that.
Yeah,
LeBron is facing all this naysayers saying he's compared to Jordan. He's also, and don't forget this, life has went on, but not too far long ago, we've lost a great in Kobe. So that's overshadowing LA as well. He got a lot of things, the bubble. If he wins the bubble, does this count? He just has a lot with him. The team that he's playing with and that he has surrounded him. So I think he has a lot on his shoulders and a lot that he's putting on himself to bring a title to the West and with LA right now. So that's what I think of when I think of what he has on his shoulders.
And I like what you said about that because, that is kind of the two big question marks. It's like, okay, are you going to continue on the legacy of Kobe Bryant by making a name for yourself with this organization? Yeah. It is the Showtime organization. Great men, Hall of Famers have come from being a Lakers guy. So now we've got LeBron, who apparently would be, to use an NFL term, that's the next man up. Biggest name, playing on the best team in the biggest market, except for New York, of course. But Chuck, man, let me ask you a question. I want to flip the script here on this, and I want to go to Miami. Now, you look at Jimmy Butler. This man has been all around the league, and every team that he's gone on, clearly, he's been the guy to make them better, a la the same concept that LeBron has done. So, Chuck, let me ask you, how much pressure is on Jimmy Butler tonight just to come out, or just overall to be the double?
I mean, I believe there's always pressure to win.
You want to answer that question?
There's always pressure to win. But I kind of think Butler's playing with house money. Because to me, at the end of the day, yes, like Tyrus picked them. There's a lot of people that said they were sleeper teams, but honestly, there weren't a lot of people that thought they might get past the Bucks, and they had a lot of teams in the East. So he does have pressure because you're in the championship and you're expected to perform well and win in the championship. But I think it's not as much pressure because you're here. Everybody expects you to lose. So it's like if you lose, some people are going to be like, well, they were supposed to. So in my opinion, I think that I honestly think it's more pressure on his role players than him.
Really? Okay.
Because to me, it looks like through the playoffs, he kind of comes and goes because he has a bunch of young guys who are willing to do whatever they need to do to win. Because if you look at him, he's not asserting himself. He's not coming into the game aggressive. If he feel like he has to be, then he'll step up. But when you have Tyler Hero and them boys and Duncan Robinson and Adebayo and all them guys that are doing what they're doing, I think it's more of a team effort than just to say, okay, Butler has to get it done. To me, I think they need every piece to continue to do what they're doing. Dragic, they need all them guys to do what they continue to been doing in order for them to be successful.
All right, Mr. Wade, I got to go to you because you being the man who called this when we were on the pop-up shop and we were on Jarrell's Journal, you said that Miami was going to be the team that was going to surprise a lot of people. Now, I don't think all of us were surprised. I was a little shocked because I had a Boston-LA final. But Mr. Wade, I have to ask you, you are someone who has been a part of this team and a part of this organization. Can you talk to me about the similarities between when your son, the great Dwayne Wade, played and how this Miami Heat team is looking this season going into the finals tonight?
Yeah, thanks for having me on, Eric. When it comes to the Miami Heat, man, this year, everybody's a role player. Jimmy Butler is normally known as a role player, and he fits right in this year as the biggest role player on the team. So all of them fit together because they all role players. It's not just that Jimmy Butler's this big, superb player. It's just that he fits as a role player just like everybody else do, and they bought into that system. With it being this year and Wade not being there, and if he had stayed, I think he would have had a great time sitting on the bench and coming off the bench or whatever. But back when Dwayne and LeBron and Bosh and them was playing, man, that was a different era. There was a bigger team, and they was a lot stronger. And this team is a smaller team, and they just all buying into the system, man. And I love the system they buying into. Eric Spoelstra, I didn't give him credit for being a great coach when he was coaching my son. But now I got to tip my hat to Eric Spoelstra because he got him back there again. And I said probably, and this was me saying it in the barbershop, that Miami Heat probably will never get back to the championship, win a championship in my lifetime. So they're yet to prove me wrong. But I said that, and here they are knocking on the door. So it's just it's a good time for all of us in Miami right now, and all the people who believe in the Heat.
Yeah. And just I was looking over something earlier today. Like since 2012, when Jimmy came into the league, him and LeBron, that matchup that people are going to be talking about throughout this entire series, they've played a total of 34 games against each other, 23 in the regular, 11 in the playoffs. Do you guys realize these guys are tied at 17 apiece? Like Jimmy Butler's won 14 of the matchups in the regular season, lost 3 in the playoffs, whereas LeBron has only won 9 in the regular season. But I guess when it counted the most, he won them 8 in the playoffs.
It doesn't surprise me. Like I said before the show started, Jimmy Butler, he might not have superstar talent, but he has superstar intangible. He does all the small things that most, I guess you consider stars wouldn't want to do. Like Mr. Rose, not Mr. Rose, like Mr. Wade said, he's like the ultimate, he's the ultimate role player, man. I mean, he comes out, he assesses the game, and he inserts himself wherever he needs. If it's scoring, I think he had a 30-point game earlier in the Boston series or the Milwaukee series, whichever series it was. Yeah, Milwaukee series, he had a 30-40-point game. If it's coming out getting assists, if it's coming out and playing D and only scoring 10 or 12 points, but he's able to affect the game in more ways than just scoring. Some guys, they got to score 30, 40 points for the team to even have a chance. He's in a unique situation, like Chuck said, to where he doesn't have to do that.
And you got to remember, Jimmy Butler had a scary background, coming in from being homeless and stuff like that. So where he's at today is the signature, probably where he's going, pretty much. And he's done a great job surviving it. And we just got to be prayerful for him because of what he made it to, from where he came from. That is incredible.
That's huge. So you spoke of coaching, Mr. Wade. I want to talk to Jarrell about that. Which coach, we spoke of Spoelstra. Let's talk a little about Frank Vogel. Which coach do you think has the edge going into this finals tonight?
Man, I think it's hands down in Miami and MIA. My man, he had who better to have more knowledge on how to stop your most dominant player than LeBron and Erik Spoelstra. And you got experience coming off the bench with Iguodala, who has that experience not only playing in the game but guarding LeBron James. And they're gonna have to throw big bodies LeBron tonight and kind of throw him off his balance. They're gonna have to use the same tactic Trump used on Biden last night. That's what they're gonna need, man. But I think he has the edge on as far as coaching, and it's going to play out into his advantage as well.
Yeah,
if they have any shot in beating LA.
I mean, and I want to get to our expectations just here in a minute, but I mean, something that I've been looking at with both of these teams has been just how they seem to get, I don't want to say hot at the right moment, that they just seem to bit that timing, that rhythm, all at the same time that was able to push them forward. Now, listen, Denver was my sleeper team in the West. And the fact that Denver surprised a lot of people and made it to face the Lakers, I was partly scared. I was like, wait a minute, I was just joking. I was like, I wanted LeBron to be in here now, but Denver gave them something. And then on the flip side, listen, I never discounted Miami. I just always said I thought that Boston, when they were at full strength, they had Brad Stevens, they had all those intangibles, and they also had that experience of being a playoff caliber, possible NBA Finals team. But we're here. This is what's going down. It's Lakers. It's the Heat. Game 1 tonight. Speaking of that supporting cast, and Tyrus, let me kick it back to you and then to Mr. Wade. Who has the better supporting cast going into tonight?
For me, I think to me it's Miami. They have the better supporting cast, but when you got the big joker and the little joker, you don't need all the other spades. So I mean, you got LeBron.
You're right about that.
I mean, somebody come out here with the ace of spade and the queen of spades. You come out here with both jokers. It don't really matter. So I mean, I think Miami obviously has the better supporting cast. I mean, if you go category by category, they're probably better in a lot of categories, shooting, and different stuff like that. But I just superstars win in the NBA. LA has 2. Miami, it's hard to say if they really have one or not.
All right. I just feel like we're not giving enough love here to Miami because Mr. Wade, I'm gonna turn it over to you because you have been the guy who has been a support of this team. So you got to talk to me about this because I feel like Bam is coming up to be that guy. You know what I'm saying? And I think a lot of people have forgotten that AI 2.0 Iguodala can still handle the ball. He can still be that guy to come off the bench and give you a solid 15 and 5. So I'm just like, why are people not recognizing that talent that exists down there in the 305?
Well, the first thing I want to say to Taz is I hope you could play cards better than you said that, bro. I know if you got the joke, because you can win, but Jesus Christ. Hey, the first thing is we might not be getting the respect down here because nobody expected us to be where we at. We was like 75 to 1 odds or something like that to even make it to the final. Yeah. So that's probably one of the reasons why we're not getting the respect down here in Miami. But once again, it falls back on the shoulders of Eric Spoelstra, who put that team together, and and Pat Riley. And so the thing is this, though, LeBron James, Anthony Davis is going to be hard to detain them. We are a much smaller team, and I don't see Jimmy Butler or Iguodala stopping LeBron. Not why he's trying to get this ring right now. I don't see that at all, but I could be wrong. But it's going to take both of them to shut him down. And actually, it's going to take the whole team. Supposed to have to throw in some bench in there to stop LeBron now, though, because he only needs 4 games. You know what I'm saying? So we don't deserve the respect that everybody think we do, because we're going to take it if we have to when it comes down to playing this 7-game series. I hope it goes 7 games. I love a long series, and may the best man win. So I hope it goes like that. Well, we'll find out in the first 2 games what's going on. If the Lakers look good in the first 2 games, then we're going to have to play very, very hard and come from behind. So that's pretty much it.
So let me take that to Chuck real quick, because that brings up a very interesting point. So, Chuck, let me ask you that question. Let's say, for argument's sake, hypothetically speaking, that Miami actually goes 1-1, or even gets the best of LeBron, Anthony Davis, and goes up 2-0.
Oh my God!
I'm just throwing it out there because the possibility does exist. We've seen stranger things happen. Hey, it's 2020, okay?
Yeah, so, I'm not.
Anything is possible. But
you're right.
But Chuck, let me ask you. Just let's take 1-1 for example. Okay. Tonight, LeBron, Anthony Davis, they come out, they play their game, and then Miami responds. Mm-hmm. What do you see, Chuck, as the mental point to where who's going to break down first? Do you think Miami's going to break down to where LA is going to capitalize, or vice versa?
I feel like the chances of Miami not responding are very high, because if you look at all the series, the Lakers have been losing game 1s every series. And then they come back and win 4 straight. So in their mind, they probably feel like, okay, if we lose one of the first 2, we're definitely fine, especially if they win game 1. So if you feel like you can lose a game 1 and then win in 5, I don't see no reason why you feel like, okay, if I split in 2 games, I still can't win in 5. But I think the pressure boils down to the Lakers more as far as their role players, because simply, like I was telling Tyrus, I think the series would get real interesting because the Lakers have to shoot the ball well. That's kind of their flaw, is their shooting. So if they're not shooting the ball particularly well, it's going to be a dogfight series. So the KCPs and the Danny Greens and they have to hit shots, because Duncan Robinson's not going to miss. Tyler Hero's in his little zone right now. Dragic is playing like he's just playing like a dog right now. So the role players gonna have to step up and hit shots. But I give the edge to the Lakers. Of course, they're gonna get the edge. Any team LeBron is on, I feel like it doesn't matter if he splits the first 2. I mean, he was down 3-1 to Golden State despite injuries. We see how that worked out. So I mean, splitting the first 2 games with Miami, I don't think it'd be no issue.
All right. Mm-hmm. So Jarrell, let me ask you. Let's say I'm gonna go all the way out here to left field right now and say
Go to left field, bro.
Miami takes the first 2 games because they got that hunger, they got that chip on their shoulders.
Yeah.
Mr. Wade said they're gonna earn their respect. Let's say they jump out to 2-0. Now you're LeBron, AD, Rondo, and the rest of that crew.
Yeah.
How do you turn it around?
This is what's gonna happen, man. I'm gonna tell you straight up.
Okay.
You got 2 deciding factors on both teams, and this is just me, my opinion. You got playoff Rondo, who's managing the game. You got LeBron's gonna do what he gonna do, unless you got a defensive player that's gonna stop him. AD, I want to see what AD shows up for the consistent series. My deciding factor on LA is gonna be my big man, LaVelle McGee, Howard. If they can show up and add some consistent points, I don't think that's gonna hurt Miami.
Mm-hmm.
Vice versa. Oh, go ahead, bro.
No, I said I will say this, man. If the Lakers go down 0-2, first thing LeBron need to do is he need to go back to Adam Silver and ask him, is it too late to go on strike again? Because it would be catastrophic for him, man. Because you got to look at it like this. You wanted to go to LA, okay, you're there. You wanted them to get AD, you got him. When the league, when all the professional sports kind of said they wasn't going to play, LeBron was an advocate for the NBA playing and doing the bubble. I remember Pat Beverly saying, if LeBron wants us to play, we're going to play. So LeBron, you got AD, you're in LA, you got what you want. It's time for you to do what you're supposed to do. I mean, in the playoff Rondo, that's very interesting. It's very interesting playoff Rondo. I would love to see some playoff Rondo tonight. And shout out to Bam, man, from North Carolina, Little Washington.
And let me say that the Rondo is a tough man on defense, so y'all got to watch him, man, because his hands is very, very quick out there. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And
Yes,
with
sir.
LeBron playing 17 years and still looking like he a young boy, this is going to be a very interesting series and a long series for Miami Heat when it comes to LeBron James, y'all. So y'all get ready for it too. But I'm looking for a good game out of all of them. Adebayo has stepped up in 3 years and started to play like, an all-star. They got 5 of the 5 shooters on their team. I ain't going to say what I said to Jarrell, but they got 5 shooters on that team that could come out any night and knock them down. That's something that Michael Jordan didn't have on the Heat, that the Heat does have. So I'm looking for an interesting series. And when it comes to the bench, how far, whose bench is better? I will give it to the Heat. I will give it to the Heat.
Okay.
And them shooters he talking about, they ain't scared of nobody, man. That Tyler Hero is fearless. Duncan Robinson fearless. I will say this: they're not going to back down from LA. I will say that. Iggy not scared of LeBron. Crowder's not scared of LeBron. They're not going to back down.
Yeah, that's LA shooting. They shooting like 35% behind the line, right?
Who, LA?
It's low as hell, right?
All I know is Rondo shooting like 45% inside the bubble, behind the 3-point line. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, I was going to piggyback on Jarrell's 2 points too. I think we was talking about Iggy. I think your best chance is nobody's going to stop LeBron, but I think you have to give Crowder that job. His toughness and Crowder's he's undersized, but his mentality is different from a lot of people on the defensive end of the floor. And also, I believe that I don't necessarily know if Howard and McGee will get to play that much, because they're going to have to put AD at the 5 and play that lineup. So, because Dwight, he's good on defensively, but he's not that person that you can give the ball on the post, anymore and say, okay, give me some points.
Anymore? When could you ever?
Would actually play a whole lot.
Hey, Chuck, when could you ever do that?
I mean, Orlando Dwight, you can give him the ball down there and let him do his thing.
He got great hands. He got great hands, y'all.
They didn't get to the finals back there for no reason now.
Hey, look, I'm a Dwight fan, but Dwight, I don't know. All I ever really seen Dwight do was face up, kind of go by you, but
the thing the Lakers gonna have to do is they're gonna have to move their feet on defense, because the Miami Heat is gonna make you move your feet on defense. That's what they're gonna have to do. If not, then those 3-point shooters gonna kill them. And we, like I said, we got those we got those light skinned boys. We got 5 light skinned boys like Steph Curry and them on the Heat, y'all.
Gentlemen, great conversation. Give me 1 minute because I got to pay some bills. More on the Sports Arena, man. Your man Eric Wilson. I got Mr. Dwayne Wade Sr. I got my man Chuck and Tyrus from the Say What, Say It Again Sports Talk Show, and the future doctor, Mr. Jarrell Hester from Jarrell's Journal. We'll be back in just a moment, everybody. Stay tuned. Hey, y'all, welcome back to the Sports Arena. Your man Eric Wilson alongside from the Say What, Say It Again Sports Talk Show. Every Tuesday, 3:30, check your voice out on Facebook Live. Tyrus Ray and my man Chuck, future Dr. Jarrell Hester, Jarrell's Journal sports consultant, and of course our special guest, Mr. Dwayne Wade Sr. joining me here tonight. All right, gentlemen, so we done talked about it, so let's really dive into it. What are our expectations tonight for Game 1? Jarrell, I'm gonna start with you. What are you expecting to see to happen tonight?
I'm expecting to see, like we previously stated, team ball with Miami. Our superstars are going to do what they do, but I'm really expecting to see the fourth quarter. It was a tight game. Will Jimmy Butler, continue to step up and fight like a dog? And that's where his coming out party is going to be right now. What they're going to do at the last second, man. Who's going to step up and who really wants it?
Tyrus, what you think?
I really expect LeBron to come out and look like a man on a mission. That's what I expect, because in the past when he's failed, people have been so critical of him. Even your famous people, your Skip Bayless people, like they're so critical of everything he does. I expect him to come out like a man on a mission, but I don't expect it to be easy. I expect it to be somewhat like a heavyweight weight fight. And I think what Chuck said will have a lot of variance on it too. If the Lakers can hit threes, because I do think Miami's gonna come out and zone them up. I think they're gonna come out, they're gonna zone them up. They're gonna try and stop LeBron from getting to the paint. I don't know if you really can or cannot, but that'll be seen. But I think they're gonna come out and zone them up. And I think guys like he mentioned, Danny Green, who's been MIA the whole time he's been in LA. I don't know what's up with him, man. He looking like playoff. We ain't even gonna talk about that dude. I ain't even gonna talk about my man because he did show up a little bit, even though I told y'all I ain't believe in them Clippers. But yeah, Danny Green got to show up tonight. KCP, somebody got to show up, man. That's all I'm gonna say. Besides LeBron and AD.
All right, Mr. Wade, what you think?
Man, this is gonna be hard tonight, man. I kind of want to sit down and don't say nothing tonight and just watch. But like I told you, it's gonna come down to a defensive game. If the Lakers move their feet, they'll be all right. But if they don't, I don't particularly like a zone, because as a coach, I'll send my team after you. I'm trying to get to the free throw line, so I send my team in the paint all night. Let's get in the paint, get them up face and get them fouls. Let's go to the free throw. So if Miami coaches anything like me, he's sending them down there if they play a zone against them. So I think tonight gonna be a fun game to watch. Let's see if it gets down to the fourth quarter, and that's what matters, is the fourth quarter. I hope it gets there, that we can decide from there. But other than that, man, I'm just a fan, happy to see it, and I'm watching with my eyes wide open tonight to see what's going on. But good luck to the Heat and to the Lakers, man. It's gonna be a dog fight.
Oh, yeah.
Chuck, what you think, man?
My expectations are the same. I expect LeBron to come out, with a purpose. And And I actually expect certain people who haven't played well to play well. Like I was telling Tyrus and them, it's weird to me. Like he mentioned Danny Green. It's very weird to me. If you look at him in his Spurs tenure, if you look at him at Toronto team, he doesn't show up at all the entire time. But all of a sudden in the finals, he did it with the Spurs and Toronto. For whatever reason, he starts hitting shots. I don't know what it is. So I'm expecting him to play better. I'm expecting AD to dominate because I don't feel like they have an answer. Whether they go big or small, I don't feel like they have an answer for him. So I expect him to dominate. Hopefully he does. But I do expect Miami to make it a dogfight because like Tyrus and some of you guys have mentioned, they're not scared of nobody. So I don't think the moment is going to overwhelm them. If they haven't been overwhelmed yet, I don't think they're going to get overwhelmed. So with them is the same thing though, because like I told Tyrus, I feel like if you can run Miami off the three, I don't feel like they're as effective. They stay in games with the three ball. So if you can run them off the three ball and not let them shoot three wells, I think the Lakers will be in pretty good shape.
Awesome. Hey, before we wrap up tonight, I want to take a moment and recognize the future of the NBA. We talked about this prior to coming on the show tonight. A young man by the name of Mikey Williams from San Diego, California. I guess now he's attending the Lake Norman Christian School in North Carolina. Now he committed. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. Where did he commit to as far as his college ball?
I don't think anywhere yet.
Nowhere yet.
Not yet.
Okay.
No.
Just a name that we need to pay attention to and recognize as the future of the next league. I mean, of the NBA, keeping that legacy going.
Yeah, right. It's ironic that he left LA and went to North Carolina, and we hooked up, and this guy from North Carolina, and I think Chuck from North Carolina too.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
He's from New York.
I'm from New York originally. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So, but it's ironic. So he's at LKNC. That's Lake Norman, like you said, Christian school. And they got another player over there named Trey Green too. Matter of fact, that's supposed to be pretty good. So they're gonna team up. And quiet as kept, my best friend, Pastor Scott, was in your green room when you brought me on, Jarrell. Remember that?
Yeah, I remember.
That's the school where Pastor Scott is the pastor at. So he's actually mentoring Mikey Williams. And I got a chance to talk to Mikey Williams a couple of days ago on the phone because Pastor Scott called me and put him on the phone. And so he's excited about being with Pastor Scott and what he can offer. And I'm excited for Pastor Scott because I know him well as a friend. And I know that he's going to do his best to help that young man go very, very far. So I'm excited. Awesome, I'm excited for Mikey Williams for that reason. I'm going to be down in North Carolina talking to Mikey myself, giving him some father advice as well. So good luck to Mikey Williams and the whole team.
Come scoop me up, man.
All right, no doubt.
Hey, look, also I want to give a shout out to DeMarco Dunn. He goes to the high school I attended here in Fayetteville, North Carolina, Westover High School, and he just committed to UNC Chapel Hill. So it's a great feat for someone that goes to public school around here to get such a go to such a big school. Normally it's your private school kids from this area, like Junior Smith that plays for the Knicks, and then we have Joey Baker that plays for Duke currently right now. I think he's a rising junior. So
as the guy you talking about, the number one player in the nation?
No, he's not the number one player in the nation. He's the number one player in our state.
Oh, because I know Mikey Williams is number 2 in the nation.
Yeah, number 2 in the nation. Yeah, for 2023 or is it?
Huh?
I think Mikey Williams for 2023, right?
Yeah.
Number
23. Yeah.
We gonna have to get Mikey Williams on the show. Then we gonna have to talk to this brother and see where he's at, and definitely, make sure we follow him and support this young man as he continues on his journey to that next level and to the NBA. Philly looking kind of nice. He can come to Philly and hang out. I'm just gonna say it because.
Hey, while you talking about Philly,
yes, sir.
Y'all know that Philly's job is open. Yeah, y'all need a new coach in Philly.
We need more than a new coach, Mr. Wade. Let me tell you that right now.
No, y'all don't really need that much, but I think a new coach will do y'all fine. And the Clippers just kicked your boy out, so y'all might end up getting him a Tyronn Lue. Whichever one to do y'all real good though.
Tyrus and I were talking about that before we came on tonight, and he was like, Doc might come. He's like, Doc, I don't think Doc should go to Philly. I'm like, listen, at this point, give me old ass Larry Brown back. Because Larry can still ball. Hey, Larry can still teach, man. He can still teach. He's probably forgot more basketball than the four of us, or five of us have probably even thought about, even tried to remember. So I'll take a couple years.
I would like to see Mark Jackson come down.
Yeah,
I
got a question. I got a question about that. Do you? I mean, and then maybe this is a crazy question, but do you think that the African American coaches are given a fair shake in the NBA?
I would say Doc Rivers did, because he had 7 seasons.
He had 7 seasons. I got you with that. But like that's just like with Indiana with Nate McMillan. Like you lost your All-Star this year. Last year your best player was hurt. I mean, it's like, I get it, but I don't know.
I think the NBA
Doc, I'm gonna say no.
Yeah, I think the NBA gives the best chance for our black coaches. Like with Mark Jackson, I think it might be a personal matter. And I think that he really wants to coach and come back into, guiding these young players. But I don't think it's like other organized.
Someone brought it to my attention. They said that you never see black coaches get the marquee jobs. Like they never get the like for instance, the Brooklyn Nets was probably the marquee opening this summer, or everyone consider it. This off season, and it went to Steve Nash. No offense, but it went to Steve Nash. And I would say the Clippers are the next marquee job. I really do think Ty Lue, in my opinion, deserves that job. He has a championship. He's already on the staff. He's familiar with unless he has some type of issue with Kawhi, I feel like he deserves the job. That's just my opinion, though.
No, I think you're right. I think, but here's the thing: black head coaches are being removed from their position, but ain't no black coaches taking over yet.
Yeah.
Right. So I hope that we know Doc's gonna get a job. I hope Ty Lue gets a job. Yeah. I'd love to see Mark Jackson come back. And there's a list of other gentlemen out there who are either in an assistant head coach position. Sam Cassell's one of them. Who I feel should be given that opportunity. Listen, I told y'all when I first came on the pop-up shop, I was like, let Patrick Ewing run the Knicks. Because somebody can do something with that team, like that. And that was just me. Because I'm a big Ewing fan. I never was a Jordan fan. I was always a Ewing fan. Let that New York combination work. Our man James Harris chiming in from y'all show. He said Ty Lue definitely needs to get something. He said Iverson should be Philly's coach. I'm like, hold on now.
Everybody that play ball can't not necessarily be coach.
Thank you. That's what I was saying. Not everybody.
What about my man? They got the suit thrown on him.
Who's that?
He coached somewhere, right? Damon Jones. He got the suit.
Oh,
he got. I think it was.
He can't coach neither.
I think it was New England clam chowder. I'm not sure though.
Yo, back to what you said, Tyrus, about black coaches not getting the fair share. I think at this time in life right now, we have power. And if we don't continue to move forward with the power, then we're going to lose it. So the black coaches that's out there have to keep moving forward. And they got to talk in the right circles and talk about the right things in that circle while they're in there and keep moving forward in order for us to get our just due.
Yeah, I thank you. That was profound and needed to be said. All right, gentlemen. Last thing, then we're going to wrap out of here because I want to make sure everybody's got their stuff ready for tonight. I know I got my couch all set up, DVR going. So who's winning game 1? Mr. Wade, I'm going to start with you. Who's winning game 1?
I'm with the Heat, so I'm praying for the Heat tonight.
All right. Chuck, who you got game 1?
I got Lakers by 8.
Oh, okay. Jarrell?
Hey, Google. I'm gonna go with that's a hard one, man. I'm gonna go with the Lakers. I ain't gonna lie, man. But I do see Miami coming through though in the long run.
Tyrus, I already know who you got. You got it on by the hat, so.
I'm just jumping.
Man, this is what we deal with. This is what we deal with every week.
I think it's LA, man. For LeBron's legacy, he needs it, and he really needs to get Finals MVP as well. But we can talk about that another show.
Listen, I ain't gonna let Mr. Wade be by himself on this one, man. I got to see that hunger from the pit bull, Jimmy Butler.
You got Philly?
I'm not.
My fault.
I want to see Bam. I want to see Bam Adebayo be that man. I mean, I want to see Tyler. I want to see all them boys because y'all were talking about how they ain't scared on LeBron, but this is a whole different LeBron that we're gonna see tonight, and this being the NBA Finals.
It's a lot of
one
pressure.
thing, yes, sir. And it's one thing to be there and be there 10 times, so you have the expectation. It's another thing to get there and then be like, oh, this is real. Now, the difference is there are no fans. They've been playing in the same arenas for the past, 2-3 months. So they used to this, but still, this is it. Everybody else done left.
You think that plays a big variance on it? I'm not a shooter, so I don't know. Some people say depth perception. I don't even know what that is, to be honest with you. But I keep hearing this word, depth perception. I don't even like y'all. I mean, maybe Mr. Wade. I know Chuck is a shooter. Maybe y'all can tell me, like, what does that play a big role on in it? I mean,
I don't know. I mean, I think the depth perception is that they don't have the crowd in there to boost them up or whatever. So it's kind of open. Echoish or something. I don't know where you get that from, but I think both teams will be all right. They need to go on there and just be happy that they there and get down to work, man. It's time to get to work now. So let's see what happens. I love it, man. It's gonna be off the chain tonight.
Hey, y'all bring up something good though. With these rookies and being great shooters, they are rookies, and mentally, this is the championship. So that mental factor that this is the championship. I want to see how they, react to that. So that is a factor in some form or fashion.
But I will leave you with this. Rondo, in his rookie year, went with the big three to the finals. And when they needed him, he did show up. Now, granted, it was Kevin Garnett, Paul Pierce, and Ray Allen. Let's make no mistake about it. But as part of that supporting team, and you're a rookie, and your first year, you go into the finals, that's a precedent.
That second person you name is a hater, man.
That wasn't no big three. That wasn't no big three back then neither. They wasn't no big three, bro.
That dude, Paul Pierce is a hater. I'm just gonna say that.
On that Celtics team, Rondo was by far the most important piece.
He was.
Oh yeah,
because you had those guys who were the talent, but he brought it all together.
Yeah.
Like without him, it was no management in how they played. Like he was the most important.
And it's gonna come down to Rondo tonight and the rest of this series as well, because he's a hell of a defensive player.
Man by man.
When I hear him talking on ESPN, hey look. When I hear him and Paul Pierce talking like he scored 30 in every game, and Perkins act like he scored 20 and had 10 rebounds every game. That's how they talk. I'm just saying.
Why do they got Perkins on ESPN? I mean, on the show, period.
Because Perkins back in the NBA, man.
Hey, look. You need role players in the NBA. You need role players on shows.
Gentlemen, thank you. This has been great. I really appreciate this. Not the last time y'all gonna be a part of the sports arena. Mr. Wade, thank you so much, man. Hey, we need to support this, man. Please tell the people where we can find you, what organizations you got going on, and how we can support you and get behind you and what you do.
Well, you can find me on Instagram with Wade Different, and also my organization is Pro Pops Foundation. My website is propopsusa.com, so you can find me there, and keep looking, man. I might end up being a coach. They need a good coach, so keep looking. I might be a coach soon.
Listen, you need a coach, come let me know. I'll come be an assistant, man. I'll sit behind you and learn from you. That's what I'm about. Hey, say it again, Sports Talk Show every Tuesday night, 8:30. Check these boys out on Facebook. They have such a good time. I love sitting back and listening to y'all. And then, of course, my man doing big things, man, both on and off the mic. Jarrell Haslett, Jarrell Sports Journal, sports consultant. Your man, Eric Wilson, Sports Arena. Gentlemen, hey, we here. Let's hope it gets to 7, because the two magic words we all want to see are Game 7. Everyone have a good night. Peace.
All right, good night, y'all.
Peace.